Hey beauties, it's Dani, Sigma Beauty's global makeup artist. I'm so excited to share with you today that we are expanding our Cor-de-Rosa collection. As many of you know, our Cor-de-Rosa eyeshadow palette is loved by many, so we wanted to share the love even more, and we've created our Cor-de-Rosa blush palette and Bloom and Glow brush set. So keep on watching to see how I created this monochromatic look with the entire collection. Alright, so I already applied my foundation using the F80 from the Iconic brush set. Alright, so I'm taking my Cor-de-Rosa eyeshadow palette. This is one of my absolute favorite palettes. I just love all the warm tones in here. And within the eyeshadow palette, you actually get the dual-ended brush. So on one side you have the E54 medium sweeper, and then the E38 diffused crease. And these actually come individually in the Iconic brush set that have the beautiful rose gold finish to them. So since this is a monochromatic look, first let's start out with what monochromatic means, and it pretty much means just using the same hue or the same shade. So I'm going to take Cor-de-Rosa from the palette here, which is pretty much the basis of this whole collection. Cor-de-Rosa means color of the rose in Portuguese, and our owners of Sigma are Brazilian, so it really is close to home for them. And I'm just packing Cor-de-Rosa on the E54. So this Cor-de-Rosa shade comes in the eyeshadow palette, the blush palette, and then lip products. So then you can create a whole monochromatic look just with that one shade, which I think is really cool. So I have Cor-de-Rosa on here. And I'm just going to apply that all over my lid. This shade is just so beautiful. It's kind of like a warm, peachy nude shade. And then once I have that applied, I'm just gonna flip the brush over and blend that out. And I'm just doing a little sweep. If you have any fallout, just sweeps right away. Building that up a little more. To get the best payoff possible, you definitely want to apply in layers. So I have my first layer down, and then just adding another layer right on top just to help intensify that a bit, and then blending that out again. I mean, this palette has tons of shades for you to do something a little bit more natural, or if you want more of an everyday look. You have so many different options, and then you can glam it up as well. So it's a very versatile palette, and you can definitely go from day to night with this palette. I'm just gonna create something pretty simple that you can recreate for maybe a day at work, or if you're going out to brunch. Just something really simple, quick, and easy to make you feel and look put together. Next, I'm gonna take the shade Belle of the Ball, which is right over here. This has got to be one of my favorite shades of the palette, if not of all time, and I'll show you why. Do a little swatch here. It is so beautiful and sparkly and reflective, and it really pairs nicely over the top of any shade, or you can wear it on its own and you have a really kind of beautiful beige sparkle to your lid. So I'm actually just taking the E38 side. If you want this more intense, you can use more of a packing brush like the E54, but I just want a slight sparkle or reflectiveness to my lid, so I'm using the fluffy side of the brush. And I'm just going to apply that right over Cor-de-Rosa. You know, doing this just kind of gives the colors a little bit more depth and definition, even though you're really only using 2 shades. So it's one of my favorite tricks to do, especially if you know you're limited with time, you want to do something a little bit more special with your makeup, but still keep it minimal. and pretty. So I have Belle the Ball all over my lid. So pretty. Just love the beautiful peach flush of color on the lid. It's just really fresh and pretty. And I'm just running that a little bit underneath my eye as well. And that's pretty much it for the eye. And what I'm gonna do is just pop on some lashes. You can definitely put on a wing or a liner or a bunch of mascara, whichever you want to do that day. But that's also one of my favorite tricks if you're running low on time. You wanna make it maybe a little bit more dramatic. Just pop on some lashes. You don't even really need liner. And you're good to go. All right, the eyes are done. I absolutely love this look. And just having those lashes on kind of just gives it a little bit more pop and definition. So I love how that looks. Then we're gonna jump right into the Cor-de-Rosa blush palette. So of course, this is the extension of our Cor-de-Rosa original collection. So we have the eyeshadow palette, the iconic brush set. Now we have the Cor-de-Rosa blush palette, and then the Bloom and Glow brush set. So you get 3 face brushes in the brush set. So you have the F53 Contour Airbrush, which is great for bronzer or blush. I'm gonna use this to apply my bronzer. Then we have our F92 Blush Brush, which is back from the vault. Great blush brush. And then one of my favorite brushes, the Soft Blend 60 brush. So great for blush again, or if you want to use it for like a highlighter or like a cheek topper, it is great, great brush. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my F53 Contour Air and my Sculpt palette. I definitely want to add a little bit more warmth and color to my face. Just when you use those warm tones on your eyes, add some color back into your face because it kind of takes that away. I'm gonna take a bit of Faking It and Throw Shade, the 2 shades on the bottom right here. I also love this brush for blush as well. It's a great blush, or even for cream blush or bronzer. And just gonna buff that right into kind of the hollows of my cheek. And then running that just along my hairline. Okay, so with the Cor-de-Rosa blush palette, I'm going in with the shade Cor-de-Rosa, which has this beautiful floral print on the pan there. And again, with a monochromatic look, I use this color on my eyes, so I'm gonna apply this on my cheeks. And then we're gonna kind of customize it from there. So applying that to my F92 brush. More of the kind of bigger side of the brush. If you turn it to the side, it does taper out a bit, but this is the flatter side, so you can almost use this on its side to really almost carve out your cheekbones, which is really nice. All right, Cor-de-Rosa on the cheeks. This brush is so incredibly soft. You can really just sweep it right along your cheek. And get really beautiful placed blush. And I love that it has a nice big mirror on it, so it makes it great for travel. I mean, I'm such a big fan of using tones on, or the same tones and hues on the cheeks and the eyes and the lips, and really making it cohesive. It just really complements the whole look, brings everything together. So I love that we have this whole Cor-de-Rosa collection because you can do a complete face with it. All right, so I'm gonna take the shade Senorita on my Soft Blend 60 brush. I love all the hues you have in the Cor-de-Rosa palette here. Some melon colors, some coral colors, this really beautiful spice coral down here. Of course, some rose hues. It really suits any kind of skin tone. Okay, so Senorita has a little bit of a shimmer to it. So I'm gonna apply that just over the top, but focusing on kind of the top portion of my cheek, a little bit more on my cheekbone, just to get a really nice glow to the cheek. I feel like blush is so trendy right now, which I love. So I'm not afraid to really put it on. Get it up in my temples a little bit. It almost kind of gives you a lifting effect too, which we're all a fan of. All right, I am loving how this is looking, and just for one final touch, I'm gonna go back in with my F53 airbrush and mix the deeper tones on here. You have Nearly Wild and then the Bronze Star shade, and I'm gonna do a little bit of a kind of contour with this on my face. Just kind of right underneath the Cor-de-Rosa blush and almost right over the top of my bronzer, just to make it a little bit warmer. And it gives you kind of a natural flushy contour. Whatever's left on my Soft Blend 60 brush, just kind of run it over everything, make sure everything is nice and blended. So beautiful. All right. Then to finish off the look, I'm going to add a little bit of our Cor-de-Rosa liquid lipstick. So following the monochromatic theme, same hue. Really beautiful, earthy, peachy rose tone. Just to complete the look. All right, I love this look. I feel like I am so ready for spring. All right, this is the final look. I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial and taking a deeper dive into our Cor-de-Rosa extended collection. You can find all the products listed below. Make sure you hashtag Sigma Beauty if you recreate this look. See you next time.